So the question is Deadpool a mutant? And the answer is surprisingly no. Well, it was no for a long time. People just considered him one since he was always around the X-Men and in all the X-books. But he's actually just a normal man who got experimented on and given powers. He never actually had the X gene. That was until X-Force issue 32 a few years ago, when the island of Krakoa gifted him with a body in which he finally inherited the X gene, becoming an official mutant. Which makes him ecstatic, and not because he's always had dreams of becoming an X-Man, no. But now he can finally relate to his best pal, Wolverine. A few years ago, before he became a mutant, Deadpool became the king of monsters, and also Staten Island in New York. I know, what the hell, but it's a long story, okay? But right now, I'm talking about what he did after he became a king. He's still the same old Deadpool at heart, but he's complaining right now. The X-Men have never actually invited him to go to their mutant-only island, Krakoa. He knows he's not a mutant, but he would have still liked to visit. They let Juggernaut in, and he's not even a mutant either. He also hears that they can cure cancer with this magical flower they have. So him and Jeff the Land Shark come up with an idea to sneak into Krakoa, using one of their mutant-only gates. But how will he do that, you might ask? Well, he recently found out about a mutant named Jelby, whose ability is he can carry an infinite amount of things inside of him. And he apparently stretches to fit. Yeah, moving on. So him and Jeff jump inside and get ready for the greatest plan of all time. What could go wrong? 26 minutes later, in Manhattan, Deadpool approaches one of the gates and just walks on through. He's finally made it to the mutant paradise. Him and Jeff climb out, but the second his feet touches the ground, the X-Men are alerted of the two non-mutants on the premises. And before he can finish his grass angel, the X-Men are on his balls. They're like, what the hell, Wade? What are you doing here? But he's not happy and lets them have it. Some people are out here getting cancer and stuff, mainly him that is, and they're just hogging all the cure. He also wants his own Krakoa gate on his new Staten Island of monsters. And you know what? The X-Men are all fascists too. Magic smashes his face in. She's so sick of him. But she thinks Jeff is adorable though. And while they're distracted, Wade sneaks off into the X-Men council room where all the big decisions are made. And Emma Frost is waiting for him there. And she's obviously not happy to see him. But she wants to keep Jeff. Emma goes on a rant about how, as an ally over the years, and the new king of Staten Island, he should have been given an invite to Krakoa. She's agreeing with him. But of course he interrupts her while she's helping him out. But then realises that he's being accepted. Then he starts listing off things he wants. He wants a summer house on the moon, an unlimited pass to Krakoa, and one of them magical flowers to plant on his new island. And a cure for cancer. Thank you. It was a pleasure doing business, he says. But she stops him there saying, there's no chance of any of that happening, but agrees to let him visit if he goes through the proper channels. All while this is going on, Jeff somehow ended up in her lap. He then asks why, and she explains, he is too dangerous, and they literally ran the numbers. There's a literal 97% chance that he burns the entire island down in less than a month. So this is the only way he will ever get in if he wants to. He has to do it by the law. But he's not listening, and takes off calling her a fascist, and calls Jeff a traitor, who will do anything for a pet. 5 minutes later, he's currently running away with one of their magical flowers. The X-Men eventually spot him again. He makes his own fastball special and hurls Jeff at Storm, while Polaris uses his own swords to impale him. But Jeff switches targets, latching onto Polaris' leg. Deadpool makes a run for it, but is stopped by Magic. Deadpool screams and says they're all terrible people. And Magic screams back, asking why he's even here then. Because I don't like being excluded, he roars, paying her back for breaking his nose earlier. Suddenly he feels a gentle hand on his back. It's Rogue. He has a soft spot for Rogue. She apologises for not being able to cure him, but hands him one of the flowers anyways. But he just throws it away. He doesn't want anything from them anymore. He's done. He just wants to go home now. And Magic readies a portal And before he goes, he calls them all fascists once more. And back on his new island, he's still ranting about how he hates the X-Men. He doesn't need them anymore. But suddenly, Jeff spits out one of the flowers. And Deadpool is delighted. He accepts his apology for being a traitor with Emma Frost back there. Anyways, who cares what mutants do anymore? He has a whole island to rule now. New Staten Island, he calls it. With no mutants allowed. Well everyone, I hope you enjoyed that video. It's a more light-hearted video than the ones I usually do. But yeah, nonetheless, I hope you enjoyed. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Peace.